Welcome to another episode of Russell Realty Minute with your host, Evan Russell, where Evan shares his real-world real estate experience with you. If you like what you hear, please be sure to give him a quick review right here in iTunes. Thank you for listening.
Welcome back, Russell Realty Minute. Evan Russell, broker owner, Russell Realty Group, based out of North Reading, Mass. Hope you're enjoying a new episode here of our podcast. It is Friday, July 16th, 2021. If you want a date stamp where we're at, we're in a pretty hot seller's market right now. We're coming, what I would think, probably to the end of it. The inventory is starting to pick up a little bit. The prices are starting to flatten out. But I do get asked quite a bit on the listing appointments. We've been very successful. We've sold, a bunch of homes over the last few months. The question that sellers ask is, how do you go about pricing the home? How do I know how to price my home? I understand people are getting thousands of dollars more. They're getting way over asking price. They're having bidding wars. How do I get into that action? How do I make sure I do that? The key, I would say to that, as opposed to the things we do a little different, as opposed to walking into your house saying, okay, Mr. Seller, your house is worth $350. I'll go in and I'll say, well, what do you guys think it's worth? What would you like to get out of the house? What does it make sense? And they may say, well, Evan, I really got to get $380. Okay, so I may walk in, I see some comps $350. You may say you want to get $380. What I would turn around and say, no problem, as long as we can find one comp that supports that value. We can price it to match the comp. So although prices are going up, the appraisers are still going to look at the sold data to be able to stamp or determine that the lender will lend on the value or the offer price of the potential buyer's offer. So for example, if I say 350 is what the comps say, you say 380, we look a little deeper, we find a comp that supports your house, same bed, same bath, basic square footage, for that 380 price point, then we certainly can do that. What we can't do is outprice the comps. We can't say we want 390 and the highest comp available is 380, because then when the appraiser comes out and you get somebody that will offer you 390, the appraiser is going to come out, look at the comps and not see a 390 price tag and is not going to appraise it at that high. Then, of course, the appraisal will come in light. The buyer is not able to, through the bank, pay a higher amount. The seller is not obligated to sell for less than what the offer price is, so the deal then dies. So if the home doesn't appraise, the buyer will get disqualified or get denied the loan. Based on the appraised value is what determines how much the bank will lend on. So if the appraisal comes in 380, the bank's not going to lend on 390. And because the offer price would then be 390, the buyers don't qualify for that loan, the bank won't stamp it, they get denied, and they can leave the transaction or get out of the transaction based on the financing contingency or the mortgage contingency, because the bank will then deny them the loan because they're paying too much for it and the bank won't stamp it. So how do we price the home? We price the home in line with the comparables with the comps. We can go as high as the comps go. We can pick the highest comp and match that. But what we have to do is we have to make sure that we have a comp to support the value if and when the appraisal comes in. Outside of that, it's up to the seller on how they want to price their home. It's their home, it's their asset, it's their money, it's their future. It's not up to me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say, what do you want to get for the house? What number makes sense to you? And if we can find, like I said, a comp that matches that value, then that's where we price the home. Now, there's some strategic pricing that goes on. Obviously, if you're at $399, you don't want to be at $401. If you're at $324.9, you don't want to be at $326. You always want to be at the highest point of the lowest bracket just for strategic pricing. So if someone says, hey, I want to move to X town for $400, if you're priced at $405, that $400,000 search is going to miss your house, although you might take $400 for it. So we obviously want to keep the strategic pricing in mind, but how I price a home and how I think it should be priced is the listing agent should determine what value the seller wants to get out of the house, find the highest comp that matches that, and price it accordingly. All right, hope this helps. Russell Realty Minute, how to price your home. Evan Russell, broker owner, Russell Realty Group. Hope you guys have a great day.
This has been another Russell Realty Minute, brought to you by Evan Russell.